Hey guys, it's Abby from Make Life Your Runway, and I'm here with my weekly makeup basket. Okay, we are going to talk about last week's products. I have an awesome nail polish to share with you. We're going to switch out the weekly makeup basket express. Ooh, it's not weekly actually. And then our pick 5 is going to be lips. So if that sounds like something you would like to watch, then just keep watching. Here we go. Okay, last week we did pick 5 highlighters, and as we all suspected, had no issues going through all of the highlighters. So let's just do a quick recap of what we pulled last week. First up, we have the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy Palette. This was so much fun to use through the week. I used it probably 4 times, and some days I would just stick to the shimmers and blend it out with vanilla wafers. And then other days I would stick to more like peachy shades. So it was fun. I definitely see myself pulling it a couple of more times here in the fall, but we'll put it back for this week. I enjoyed this so much. This is the Tarte Bazaar blush palette. Typically when I pull this, I always stick to the same ones. Like you can see, Angelic is one that I usually stick to the most. And then Authentic is the other one that I tap in the most. But I challenged myself this week to use some brighter colors. So I used Fortunate, this orange color. I know I've used it in the past, but this is the first time that I really intentionally dug in. And I really liked it. I posted a picture on my Instagram with it. I did this brighter coral color, Exhilarating. Really loved that. I did Dainty one day, love the brightness of that one, and then Extraordinary I did today. And it's just really fun to use the different colors and to challenge myself with brighter colors. That's kind of the beauty of a palette, because I don't see myself buying something this bright on its own. But I definitely enjoyed it in this palette. So I need to pull this more. It gets kind of neglected in my collection, but that needs to be pulled more. But we'll put it back. I loved using Nars Laguna. I just have the mini one. Always a treat to use that bronzer. We're not going to talk about Project Pan items in here. We have 4 Project Pan items, so we'll just ignore those. I'm actually, after this video, going to film my Project Pan update number 2, so stay tuned for that. And then here were the highlighters that we picked out. Like I said, got to use all of them. Ooh! And I want to keep a couple of these out because I just enjoyed them so much. So we have MAC Soft and Gentle. This is a classic here on Beauty YouTube, and I want to keep it out for the week. I love Benefit Cookie. Again, I want to use it one more week. I did enjoy Revlon Skin Lights, but we can go ahead and put that back. And I enjoyed Becca, what is this one? Moonstone. So we can put that one back. And I'm going to keep the Glow Kit. Each of these highlighters I only got to use one time, and I layered them a couple times when I used them. So today I'm wearing Marshmallow, but I didn't get to go into anything else in this palette, so we will use this again for the week. So we won't need to pull any highlighters this week, but don't worry, we have a lot to pull. Alright, moved you up on my vanity. I want to show you this nail polish that I'm wearing. It is from the Gel Couture line from Essie. And I have a pink color from this line, and I wanted to try a more fall color. So this one is called 120 Behind the Glass. And look at my nails. I've had this polish on since Sunday, and it's Friday afternoon as I film this. Friday, probably evening or Saturday morning as you watch. But this nail, I think my nail was weak and it chipped off, because that's the only one that has that much chipping. The rest is barely worn on the edges. How freaking amazing. That's almost better than what my Orally polishes wear, and they wear really well. I use the same top and bottom coat that I typically use, which is the Orally Bonder for a bottom coat, and then the Orally Won't Chip for a top coat. This line from Essie, this gel line, does have a top coat that comes with this formula. So I want to try that out, but this works just as well with it. So I just had to show that to you guys. I have my fall nail polish video coming out in a week or so. So you'll see that again, but I've been wearing them to test them and to do like a little review in that video. And this is definitely a 10 out of 10. Okay, so what's the best way to do this? I guess we'll just do it. Okay. All right. Let's just go through it all right here. So this is my Makeup Basket Express. Some of this needs to come out and some things need to be switched around, and then some things need to be added from my collection. So I finished up the primer that's been in there, which is the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer and Radiance. This one's out, so I'm going to move the Major Hangover RX into this basket because I tend to be able to get in this basket like 2 or 3 times a week to do my makeup. So it makes sense to have more Project Pan items in here. So we are going to make that switch. I am going to move this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea into this basket for the same reason. It's a Project Pan foundation, and I think I'll get more use if I have it in my bathroom. So we'll put L'Oreal Pro Glow back for now, but I love this one, and it's so easy to throw in this basket because it applies nicely. But so does this one. It's just the actual how you get it out of the container is really awkward. Like this dropper doesn't actually like work very well as a dropper, but I've been using this all week and I love it. I remember why I love it. It's very close in formula to L'Oreal Pro Glow in terms of it being like a natural finish. It like just sinks into the skin. You only need one fine layer and you get almost medium coverage. It's awesome. So we'll move it in here for the Makeup Basket Express. Still working on my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This one is in almond, so we'll keep that in there. And guys, look at this. So you know I have been loving the L'Oreal Age Perfect Creamy Powder Foundation. Mine's in ivory. What I love about this is that if you have dry skin like I do and you like glowy products, typically you'll put so much time in making the foundation look really nice that it all gets matted with the foundation. But this one keeps you still radiant and looking glowy and hydrated. And look, I hit pan this week. Look at that! Y'all, I've been living in this basket. That's why I haven't really switched it out very much in the last couple of months, because I've been making so much progress that I haven't wanted to switch anything out. So we'll go ahead and just keep this in as well. Okay, I did have a different setting spray in here that I used up, so I threw in the Wet n Wild In Love with Coco. This is one of their limited edition products that smells like chocolate, and it's nice. The formula is the same as all their other ones from that line. Okay, so that's everything as far as like the base. And then I'm still using the Makeup Revolution Contour Palette for bronzer and highlighter, so I won't pull anything else like that. We have my brushes in here because this is kind of like all inclusive to get it all done. I have my Ciate blush Summer Love in here. It's still like broken up and I'm still working through it, but I'm not going to open it because it's a mess. I'm going to put back the Alamar Cosmetics, this palette that came in BoxyCharm a long time ago. I have been keeping in here the L'Oreal Eyeshadow Single in 207, and I'm going to continue to keep it in. You can see I've been really dipping into it, and I'm actually not going to pull any other eyeshadow. Part of having this quick basket is to be able to do my makeup in literally 5 minutes. And I find this eyeshadow is a way to still have something in my eyes, but quick. Okay, so I'm not going to put a palette in for now. I mean, that might change in the future, but right now. This lip balm was from FabFitFun. Not this fall, it was the summer box. It's a Seraphine Botanicals Fruit Butter Lip Mask. This is nice, and I use it every time I do my makeup. Flower Beauty, we're going to keep this in for a couple more weeks. I think we have a little bit of time with this one, so we'll leave it in. I think I found the best way to use Wonder Brow. I've always said I have like such a love-hate relationship with this, but the best way is if you just like one line through your brows, and then instead of like trying to like brush it up or feather it, just like outline the brow with this, if that makes sense. That way it keeps it from going everywhere, but also makes your brows look really precise and done, which may not be like a fancy like full face glam kind of application, but for day to day it's perfect. So we'll leave that in there, and then we still have a couple of lip products. So you can see like this blush is from that Ciate Summer Love. It's like all over here. So I think this Maybelline 15 Lover in the Super Stay Matte, I think it might have expired. Let me see. It was kind of... No, I think we got a little bit of time. I don't think... I'm going to leave it in for now, but it's definitely not going to go into 2022 with me. And this one, I need to just buy another one, because I've had these two since I was in education, and that was almost 2 years ago, maybe? Yeah, 2 years. It's been some time. So these just need to be, well, I want to replace the one in Philosopher because that's my favorite, and I don't necessarily like Lover enough to repurchase, but I like the formula enough to try a different color. So alright, so in here I guess what we really need to pull is I guess actually that was everything that we needed. I'm trying to get this hair out. Wait, I think we're actually good. We just needed to switch out a couple of things with the Project Pan, because here's the primer, the lip balm, foundation, concealer, setting powder, setting spray. We have blush, bronzer, highlights, eyeshadow, and then these few products. So I think we just needed to switch out those Project Pan items, take out the empty items, and we're actually good with this. So this is going to be in there for probably another 8 weeks or so. It's really going to go by progress on these products. Probably when this runs out will be the next time that we mess with this again, or, you know, when we finish this, you know. So that's kind of how I've been doing this. Kind of like a Project Pan basket, really. So we'll slide that to the side. And I had thrown in Laura Geller, this Baked Blush in Tropical Hues, because we went up to see Jared's family, and I didn't want to take that Ciate blush, so I threw this one in, and then I just kind of kept it in there. But we will put that back. I'm going to put back the Milani Glow. This is the Hydrating Skin Tint, so we'll put that back. Mine's in 110 Fair to Light. We need to pull a different mascara because I've had this one since June, which is a little... I tried to stick around the 3 to 4 months with it, so we need to pull a new mascara. We're still working through the Your Skin But Better setting spray. It's pretty cool, so we'll be using that one for a while. So I used up that concealer, the First Aid Beauty concealer. I moved my Project Pan... what is it? Primer. So we need to pull a primer, a foundation, a concealer. We are good on setting powder because we're still using the It Cosmetics. Ooh, I'll give you a little sneak. I'll give you a little sneak because this is my 6 by Santa, my Project Pan on Instagram, and you won't see an update for a couple of weeks. So, y'all, we are out here doing some stuff. Okay, we are just in it to win it. Ooh, okay, all right. You saw it here first. Okay, so let's put away these products, and we will shop the stash. Okay, so the first thing that we need to pull is concealers. So next week I'm going to pick 5 concealers because I just want to kind of see where I stand with these, because some of these are on the older side. I haven't pulled a concealer in so long. So I want to be able to pick a lot and see how I feel. But let's this week go into our e.l.f. Camos. We have 2 colors. So the first one here is a very fair one, fair beige, and the other one is medium peach. So we will pull these for concealers for the next week. I'm going to pull my lips. I'm going to sit it down. We're going to go through it after we pick everything else. I went ahead and emptied that new makeup drawer so that everything that I've already made a haul video about, I put away, and I want to leave in products I haven't hauled just so I can remember what I've talked about with you guys. So this looks a little bit fuller because we filled it up with those newer products that we've talked about a few times already. Nothing is new that I've put in here, but we don't need a powder, so we're going to skip that. We're going to skip our melt stacks. We don't need highlighters, and I kind of feel like pulling another blush palette, so we'll skip the blush singles right here. Okay, so here we are on my eyeshadows, and I want to rotate through some of these. So I'm going to move these down, and I'm going to pull everything out of here. Morty, are you okay? Okay, so this is empty now. What I want to do is pull a palette from here to use, and then we'll put it in here when it's done, and then we'll get through all of these palettes. I do want to pull this one. I'm going to pull 2 this week. So this is the NYX Advent Pop. This is in my 20 and 21 project pan, and I've literally have not used it this whole year, and it's the end of, or I guess middle of September. So we need to pull that for sure and give it some love, but I definitely want to pull one of these other ones, because even if I just use that one time, I'm gonna call that success. We just pulled that, but I'm still gonna leave it to the side, and we don't necessarily need to pull these in any order. This is to help me remember what's left. So let's go with this one. This is the Revolution Rose Gold Chocolate Eyeshadow Palette, and it looks like this. This was gifted to me by my friend Julie, and I've used it a couple of times, and I remember really liking it, but it's been a while since I've used it. So we will pull this as well, and I think that these colors from both palettes are kind of like the same tones-ish, so I can probably mix and match a little bit here as well. So I'm excited to do something out of the normal. The reason I decided to do this is I feel like without like a plan or a rotation, I'm finding myself just wanting to reach for the same thing over and over, which is fine, but I really just want to make sure that I am using all of my beloved makeup items. So that is what we're going to do there. So we're done with the eyeshadows for this week. These are some odd and end project pan items that we'll talk about more in the upcoming weeks, but I really want to just play with my collection this week and take a little time out, at least for this week, with project pan and just play with some different stuff. All right, we are going to skip the loose setting powders, and then down here are bronzers, but let's see, let's just pull face palettes. So in the middle here are face palettes. The one that I am kind of thinking about are these two, actually, both of these. These are the Benefit, one is Cheek Stars, and one is Cheek Leaders. I'm actually just going to go ahead and pull both of these because, yeah, these are going to be perfect. So we have a bronzer option here, which is Hoola. We have, see, Georgia's kind of like a blush topper for me. And Sugar Bomb's kind of light, so maybe I could mix these two. But this isn't all in one for me. That's why I don't really pull it that much. But up here we have blush options, and then we have another, like a pink highlight if I want to choose that highlight, but we do have the other ones as well. But this is going to be a different variety of blushes to use for the week, and we still have a bronzer. So I think this will be a very, very different selection. I feel like last week I pulled a lot of my favorites, and this week so far has been products that I don't pull very much. So I hope I like my makeup this week, okay? Alright, so we're going to skip the single blushes. Y'all, this is going to be a long video for you this week. Love that. Here we need to pull a new mascara. I've talked about these with you guys, but I wanted to leave them in here just because I don't have another place in my collection for unopened mascaras. So why don't we pull this Maybelline Colossal Cat Eye mascara. I don't think I've ever tried this, and it'll probably need like a week or so to like get to its prime. So I'll open it and use it and keep using that Sky High for just a little bit longer. But that's going to be the mascara that we pull for the week. And we are done in there. So let's get into this drawer. Alright. Primer and foundation is my kryptonite. I almost got that Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, but then I remembered I had all of this, and I was like, Abby, no, don't do it. But I did get the Urban Decay illuminating or hydrating, whatever they call it, primer and setting spray from the 21 Days of Beauty. So once that's here, I'll do my haul. I didn't end up getting as much as I wanted, but it's still fun to get a few high-end goodies at a nice little discount. But as far as what I want to pull this week, so none of these are Project Pan items. These are just makeup ready to be played with and loved and all of that. So I think I want to pull this. This is the Milani Bright Side Illuminating Primer, Vitamin C Pro Vitamin V5. I do really like this. So let's pull it for the week. And okay, let's do the same thing that we did with our eyeshadows with foundation. And I'm going to pull down those Project Pan ones as well. Because again, I just find myself using the same thing over and over. And now that I have leeway to start using foundations again, let's rotate through all of them. So I'm going to pull them all out. And I'll probably just have them sit on top of this shelf because I don't have anywhere else to put them really. Okay. And we have this one. And we have this one. Okay, so here is my foundation collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. End goal, big dreams. I want to be to the point that I only have like 4 or so that I just really love. So those 4 in my current collection: L'Oreal Pro Glow. Let me scoot you down. The L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I really like the CoverGirl True Blend. Really like the Milani Conceal and Perfect. Those are like my 4, like, love them. And what I would add to them is the IT Cosmetics CC Plus. Love that one as well. These I like using, but they're not ones that I'm like, ooh, let me go use it every day. You know what I mean? So we are just going to rotate through all of these. Actually, let's do this. Let's take this bin and just sit these items on the shelf over here. So they're still separate. And we'll sit all of these in here. And then as I use them, I can move them into their drawer. But at least they're going to be corralled and together in this bin. know what to pull, honestly. I'm just gonna close my eyes, even though I know what shape they are. I'm just gonna close my eyes, and we are going to just pull. Let's pull this one. So this is the CoverGirl True Blend. This is the hydrating foundation. Mine is in L2, which is Classic Ivory. And you can see I've used a pretty good bit of this. So we'll use this for the week. And then we'll sit these to the side and we'll just keep pulling until we've gone through all of them. And if we declutter along the way, great, but that's not the end goal. The end goal is just to use them, really. So setting that on. Okay, this is my lipstick collection, and I had a comment in last week's video requesting that we did pick 5 on lips this week, and I thought that was perfect because I also want to pick out my fall lips as well. And lips I just kind of rotate seasonally, so let's just kind of dump everything out. Seems to be like the theme of today. Let's just get it all out. So since I'm going to keep these out seasonally, we might end up picking a little bit more than 5, but we'll just see where this journey takes us. First, we are going to pull both Buxoms. This one is the Pumpkin Spice Cider, which is a fall limited edition that they brought back this year. And then I'm also going to pull the one in Hannah, and just to give you a swatch of them. Hannah, oh, doesn't that berry just look perfect for fall? So we will pull that. And then this one, I know I like. It's just a nice kind of neutral nude lip. So those are going to be 2. I have these ones that I got last year for a gift. Ooh, that mauve is nice. This is, the brand is Color the World, and this is Flawless. This nude is really, sorry, you didn't see that. This nude is really pretty. This one is in Empowered, but we'll put that back in case. This is Flawless. Beautiful mauve. That's a contender, not necessarily going to pull it. The $3.79 Fuchsia for Me, that was a summer lip. We'll put that in away. This Too Faced Melted Matte in Feeling Myself is a summer, so we'll put that away. Let's pull the L'Oreal Infallible 8 Hour. This one is in 885 Shell Pink. This is more like, again, a nude lip type situation. But this one's pretty nude to me, so I want to pull that. We have Huda, and this one is in Bombshell. Not going to pick that. We're going to pick this Too Faced Melted Matte in Gingerbread Girl. I guess Gingerbread's more winter than fall, but I feel like they're kind of interchangeable, so we will pick that. Bare Minerals in Friendship. We'll leave that in. Nars in La Main Blue. We'll keep that in here. And we have Nars in Xenon. We'll keep that in. Ludacris in Teen Spirit from Milani. We'll keep that. Here's another summer lip, the 185 Miss Magenta. That is definitely summer. So we'll put that in here. This one is newer to me as well, and I kind of used it as a summer lip, the Milani. This one is Lustful, so we'll kind of leave it out as a contender. We have a couple more of these Huda Beauty ones, but I'm going to leave them in. I have the top one is another Bombshell, and then the bottom one is Muse. Those are just kind of like nude lips, so not necessarily fall, so we won't grab those. We have an e.l.f. lip in Twisted Mocha. That sounds like fall. Okay, well, contender. That's a contender. We have another one of those Color to the World. This one is an Independent. Ooh, I love these like kind of cool gray colors, but I think that kind of yells more winter to me. What about you guys? This is Seraphine. Oh, that's the same brand as that lip mask I've been using. Need that because that's we kind of have a couple colors like that. Honesty by Bare Minerals. This is kind of like spring, so we'll leave that in here. Here's another summer one, Magenta Affair. This is L'Oreal or Maybelline? Maybelline, sorry. So we'll leave that in here. Rosewood. This is more like a winter color, I think. Kind of like that deep red. That's by Becca. Here's another one that I feel like is more into fall, winter. It's kind of a gray color. This one is in Melt Old Rose, so we'll leave that in. Another Huda. This one is in Venus. So, doesn't really scream fall. I guess spring, maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's no rules, really. That's just kind of what speaks to me. This is a Jeffree Star Nude lipstick, and this one is in Naked Body. I've used it like once or twice, but I haven't really used it a lot. We're going to pull out this Milani lip liner. This one is in Spice. What says fall more than spice? Oh, it needs to be sharpened, but you can kind of see it right there. We're not going to count that towards the 5. We have this Full Force Dolly Dreamer Buxom sample. I'm going to pass on that for fall. We have a Becca. This one is in Sugar. I'm going to pass on that for now. I love Taupe. This one really does speak fall to me. So we will grab that. So that makes number 5. So we'll still pull one of the 3 that we sat to the side. And then the last Becca I have is Orchid. This is another pretty mauve, but we will put it back in the collection. So I guess we just have these 3 as like, it's pick 5, but we're going to pick 6. And we have 1, 2, 3 glosses. So we'll put the gloss up. Put the gloss back, and Milani we just had out and used a bit, so we'll put that back, and we'll pull this Color of the World. Again, the color is flawless, and it's like a mauve, really. Oh, but that's kind of like spring. Okay, let's go back and do the Melt one in Old Rose. Yeah, that's kind of fall. We'll pull that. Okay, this is everything that we picked out for the week. We have our fall lipsticks, Good Blend. We have a matte. We have a lipstick, and 2 lipsticks. A couple of lip glosses. The few products were missing from my collection because they're in purses, so I need to like kind of dig through those. And then we picked some different products that we haven't used in a while, new products, Project Pan products. So I think we have a good mix of products for the week. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me on this video. It was a little bit of a longer one, so I hope that was okay. Thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!